Ok, ça fonctionne. Là, je reste bien les yeux ouverts. Et là, je vais cligner. Ok, ça marche. Intéressant.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny
Mon Dieu,
one,
qui
aren't
c'est
ya?
ça?
I asked you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way.
Un petit test sur la voix.
See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well, look at that. You're a blinking genius. I knew you were special. You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? No, better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there? Big scary one? That's where I'm taking you. To see the gatekeeper.
Oula.
To be judged. I'm gonna present your case. Tell her the whole story of your entire life, from prow to stern. Now, if she's impressed, I get paid the Bitcoin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well...
Ok, ça promet.
I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory. Clock watchers. I got
Oh, vos gueules, les mouettes. C'est cela, oui. C'est malaisant. Ah, bah tu m'étonnes. Bon, mais cette tour m'inquiète un peu, là, et mon jugement aussi. Que va-t-il se passer?
So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So, just think back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember. I'm gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, alright? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time.
Ah mince.
A second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works.
Ah, mais je vais pas pouvoir garder les yeux ouverts constamment.
Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Now, don't be afraid.
Ah mince.
Just try to enjoy it this time.
Ah, ça va pas être facile à contrôler, ça. Alors, ce
Look
premier
at that
souvenir.
sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
You see that big spiky plant over there?
That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall...
Ah, purée.
Day really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
Ah, c'est pas facile de contrôler le clignement de l'œil. Hein.
Look at that! There's your little hand.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
Non, non, je voulais voir la scène. Ah, punaise.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you?
Ah, punaise. C'est terrible.
Sounds good, honey!
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I like the music.
That's very specific.
I also like the person playing it.
Yeah, I would.
Ah, c'est une vraie torture. On veut voir les souvenirs,
Look at his little face.
mais
What are you thinking about?
on peut pas s'empêcher de cligner sur le métronome. C'est chaud.
Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So... No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot. Oh, that's sure a little mess of color. You know, if you keep working at it, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what's in...
Punaise. C'est traître, ça.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it.
Ouais, c'est un speedrun involontaire. Hein.
God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
Okay,
C'est
Benny.
très sensible. Hein.
Are you ready to see something really special?
I just don't want him to get attached. Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take him. But, while he's here, I say we call him Ernie. Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Oh, he's so...
Ah.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. But that one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person
Ça va, c'est
feels.
encore l'enfance. Donc ça va, j'ai sûrement encore pas mal de souvenirs à venir.
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
J'aimerais continuer à entendre ma mère jouer du piano. Malheureusement, je ne peux pas m'empêcher de cligner.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked it.
Ça répond bien, hein, c'est sympa.
Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places.
Non, mais j'ai pas cligné. Oh non. Oh, je suis trahi par moi-même. L'activation par le clignement, ça va. Point and click uniquement avec ça c'est cool. Mais par contre, le métronome, c'est une vraie torture.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him. Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk
Ah,
when you get
grandit
there.
le chaton.
What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are...
Punaise.
When's he coming?
Je hais ce
I'm flying him
métronome.
out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to...
Ouais, ça l'amuse plus le chat, ça, il en a marre, hein, ça y est. Ah, ces humains qui
This
veulent
is
tout le temps
called a
jouer.
metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
Ah, la postérité, il n'y a rien de tel.
So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me. But I do wonder what he'll think about you. You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that.
Pour une petite photo.
Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, L. so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now.
Non, non. Ah. Ah, la frustration. La rejouabilité, elle est là parce que c'est une vraie torture. Et on veut en savoir plus.
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
Bonne journée à toi, Eric. Merci d'être passé, c'est gentil.
Uh-huh. And that was based on... Say that one more time, sweetie.
Pee-hole distance from the butt. If it's further away...
He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
Are you able to pick up a new book?
Yes. You know, a galleon is of particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah. Got those too.
Terrible nombre de souvenirs qu'on rate. Avec ce réflexe à
I know,
contrôle.
it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex. But just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your...
Okay.
The quiz said find the zero, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Oh la sale note.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Congratulations.
Ça va trop vite, hein, ça va trop vite.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down and I'll drive it back with you up there.
You're not my house. Fall back, you fool. I'll have your head.
Ah.
Now feed them to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside. It's late.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy, I'm talking to you.
Une voisine.
Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Quiet, everyone. Betty's about to play for us.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
I don't know.
The class is world history.
Une vie, ça passe
My
vite.
name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units. And each unit will be studied.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Everything you need to know about civilization. If you ask an Egyptologist how much you need to know about Egypt, they will tell you you know a lot. This is a quote. I want each of you to write it down. Not doodle on the sidelines, not
D'accord.
stare off into space. Okay, now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
So those who do not...
Je lui ai soufflé la
I tried to
réponse.
convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted.
C'était marrant ça.
Half suspect he bought it for himself. The little guys are pretty
Encore un
cute, though.
anniversaire.
I will admit
11 ans.
that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that.
Un jeu de
crap.
société. Ah. Le temps fuit entre mes doigts comme du sable.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up. I really want this one.
It's called a magnet school. It's about an hour away in a town called Burton. I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and...
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem.
Ok. J'intègre une grande école musicale apparemment. Je suis très doué pour ça. Écoutez, ça ne m'étonne pas.
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it.
Pourquoi pas, hein?
Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely...
Ah. L'audition dans 30 jours. Ok.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Il y a une sorte de mini-jeu là. Il faut rester sur le clavier en surbrillance pour continuer à jouer la mélodie. Il y a des mouvements un peu erratiques.
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
Ah, j'ai pas eu le message de Chloé.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale.
C'est en rapport avec le jugement que moi-même je suis censé recevoir dans cette tour de l'au-delà.
Over here. Death.
The body of a hippopotamus, though I would not say that to her face. Now, as you can see, she is ready to devour any of the deceased who do not pass.
Allez dormir sur la plage. Hein.
Sort of like me with the weekly quizzes.
C'est un peu moins culturel comme approche artistique.
I don't hear more frantic scribbling right now.
Ew, why is he so scared looking?
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children.
Ça s'engueule.
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean this is no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand.
Oh, Rubik's Cube.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Ce serait bien si c'était si simple.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Mom says you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off. Not just Mom. Benny, damn it.
Benny, turn those lights off.
Anybody? Mom wants the light. Benny, we want the lights off. We. Mostly your mom.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the alley.
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and...
Ah, mais non.
Probably
Je voulais
didn't sleep
savoir
at
la
all.
suite.
Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so that...
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
Ouais, mais à mon avis, je vais pas être en super forme là. Oh là.
Oh, okay. I think that's enough.
Bon, bah j'ai planté mon audition.
So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path.
Bon, j'ai planté ma chance.
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh yes, of course.
It's a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qui se trame là un peu?
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
You hear me? What's he doing? Why isn't your son eating with us, Al? No,
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Ok. Bon, finalement, la musique, c'était pas mon truc. Le dessin, par contre, j'ai pas l'air mauvais.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I've hired to teach you, it is a sham. So it...
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany. Very... There you go, Mr. Bryn.
Oh là, mon style évolue dangereusement. Ouh là là.
I want you all to take a long
Tout ce
look
que j'aime.
at what Mr. Bryn has done here. You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
Bien sûr. Si tu le dis. Ça va m'enrichir ça, à mon avis. Ah oui, exposition. Sérieux, quoi.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Magnifique. Je suis un artiste accompli.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Je signe chez Webedia, c'est ça?
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are.
Gin, Kampai, Prosit.
This is divine.
L'artiste face à sa toile.
Honey, stop. Is that a...
Oh my god. I think it is.
Passionnant. C'est la belle noiseuse.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out, and...
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak.
Non, mais... Oh là là.
Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong? What?
Ah bah facile de prendre la parole en public à ce moment-là.
As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody... You are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease. I have told the...
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house.
Ah oui.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean, I know she told you not to pick up the phone, but, well, I'm just so happy that you did. She just wanted you to focus on your work.
Bon, en fonction de ses réflexes oculaires, on vit plus ou moins de choses, quoi. Les scènes sont plus ou moins longues. Il y en a certaines, on est content de les passer assez rapidement. Mais il y en a d'autres, on aimerait qu'elles durent plus longtemps. Un peu comme nos souvenirs.
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny.
Ma rétrospective. Ma propre rétrospective consacrée à moi-même.
Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor. My God, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual... Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. Oh, the nobody nothing's dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Whoa! Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir.
Eh ouais, je suis une célébrité. Hein. Faut y faire.
I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but... Whew, internationally renowned painter?
Eh oui, c'est moi.
The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one? His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant? His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your...
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was ever encouraging, teaching him to recognize the greatness within.
On a toujours tendance à embellir un petit peu la réalité.
How about that neighbor girl? Huh? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or first love? Now be honest here.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious
Il vend bien
light.
mon cas là, le passeur.
He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls!
Ok, c'est reparti.
All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Ok.
You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Ok. Ça part mal.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have
Pourquoi il m'engueule, lui?
and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that.
Ah bon?
We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Ah bon? Ok, bon.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel...
On fait un petit récap.
You know, my father once told me.
C'est quoi que j'ai
Stay
mal
here.
fait?
What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Quoi?
Keep your eyes open. I need to see. Let's try this again. Keep your eyes open.
Oh, je peux pas.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep...
Ok, j'avance. Je sais pas trop si le jeu freeze ou pas là, parce que...
One more time. I swear to God, if you blink again... I understand that it's difficult. That's why I need to see it. This is for your own good, man. Keep them open.
Je fais ce que je peux.
Let's try this again and don't blink.
C'est trop sensible là, parce que dès qu'on bouge les sourcils, enfin bah, les sourcils, les cils.
One more time. I swear to God, if you blink again. I don't care how painful it is. I need to see it. Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
J'ai les yeux ouverts, c'est quoi le problème?
Let's try this again.
C'est une scène qu'on peut pas passer apparemment. Ah, ça y est. Je sais pas ce qui s'est passé avant.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
C'était un peu gore cette scène.
keep your eyes open.
Un peu long ce passage là.
And one more time.
C'est bon? Encore? Mais je viens de le voir déjà ça. C'est moche.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work. To make yourself
Hey,
sensational.
Al, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep...
Putain. Ça...
I swear to God, if you blink again...
Staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer?
I understand that it's difficult. That's why I need to see it.
Crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, but look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking like this. I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs.
Bien sûr.
You were sick for a long time.
Veux-tu en
weren't you?
venir?
Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember.
Okay.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
Oui.
Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better.
Je vois pas où ils veulent en venir pour l'instant, mais bon, ça va sûrement s'expliquer. Est-ce que j'ai inventé tout ça? Est-ce que je me suis inventé une vie imaginaire?
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Best friend? Okay.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable.
Oh, un IRM. C'est pas le moment le plus sympa, ça. Quand on doit en passer un.
Knock knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a fan. Hang on.
Go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you...
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a comme jeu dépressif ces derniers mois là? Ah ouais. Waouh. Chaud.
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Rich!
Je veux pas y aller. Je ne veux pas suivre le tunnel. Bon, le jeu ne crache pas. Il y a des petits plantages de framerate, mais ça ne fait pas cracher le jeu pour l'instant. Donc nous continuons.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
Bon bah me voilà atteint d'une maladie incurable et sous morphine très probablement. Ah. La douleur.
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard.
Pas joyeux,
Listen,
joyeux
I know
tout ça.
Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no. that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Ok. Bon, ça commence vraiment à partir en vrille.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already.
Hey, Benny. Buddy. Did you just throw something? Kinda sounded like you threw your cell phone at the wall. You know, your mom's not mad at you. She's just tired.
Oula.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. Not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano. And just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Je suis un peu perdu dans la timeline là. Entre le vrai, le faux, le réel et l'imaginaire. Je suis un peu perdu. Bah.
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
C'est trop dur. Le passionnant quotidien, la douleur qui ne s'en va même plus complètement maintenant. Ah. Vieux matou.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh my god, you're an idiot.
Ah bon? Ah bah, ça fait plaisir. Hein. Si c'est tout ce que tu as à me dire.
You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Oula. Ça va pas fort.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
Okay. C'est mal barré pour moi.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, it's...
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. Ugh. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Ok. Je te fais confiance, gars, je compte sur toi. C'est vraiment une expérience très différente des autres jeux. C'est un récit, mais qui dépend tellement de nos réactions. On ne sait pas toujours tout.
There she is. Wish me luck.
Vas-y, gars. Total soutien.
Gatekeeper, Before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what
She dreamed she'd be.
So, when her own dreams didn't pan out,
She began to dream for him.
but then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which
Only made him forget the great life
already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how,
even when he was sick,
he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to come,
he was okay.
Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life, and he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
Ok. Bon. Eh bien, c'était bien déprimant.
I wanna be somebody. Me 2.0 for you.
Mais c'était intéressant. C'était intéressant. De la manière dont c'est amené, c'est un peu compliqué de... Comment dire, d'être en totale empathie. La fin s'en occupe un petit peu. La maladie incurable et la mort d'un fils, d'un enfant. C'est quand même assez lourd comme sujet, évidemment. Mais comme on part sur complètement autre chose au départ, c'est un peu compliqué de rentrer dedans parce que l'histoire change de perspective en cours de route. Ça limite un peu l'implication en fait. Mais mis à part ça, le logiciel fonctionne très bien. Le logiciel de reconnaissance fonctionne à plein. Un peu trop bien même. Alors ça capte parfaitement le clin d'œil pour cliquer quoi. Ça va. Par contre, pour le métronome, vraiment, c'était très 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 sensible. Ce qui fait qu'on a sûrement raté des dialogues, une partie des dialogues, une partie des explications. Donc, notamment dans la première moitié du jeu. Mais c'est une expérience de vivre comme ça. Les différents choix en contrôlant par le regard. Il n'y aurait pas utilisé la souris, ça serait avec un casque VR par exemple, ça serait encore, je pense, plus immersif. Un petit peu dommage qu'il n'y ait pas la fonction pour l'instant. Mais c'est vrai que tout le monde n'a pas de casque VR, alors que la webcam c'est quand même beaucoup plus répandu et surtout beaucoup moins cher. Donc c'est vraiment une expérience technique, c'était une expérience émotionnelle aussi. Je suis un peu déprimé là. Je suis pas bouleversé, je suis pas stupéfié, mais ça vaut le coup. Ça vaut le coup d'être joué pour se rendre compte. Peut-être que le regard aurait pu être, les différents types de regards auraient pu être utilisés là quand il fallait fermer les yeux, par exemple. Quand la copine sort de la pièce après nous avoir donné le message et qu'il faut fermer les yeux et attendre qu'elle soit partie. Ça, c'était bien amené. Il y avait une raison. Il y avait une raison de fermer les yeux. Il y avait une raison d'utiliser le gimmick principal. Mais à d'autres moments, bon bah c'est juste un point de gameplay quoi. Hein, bon. Ça change. C'est une autre façon de jouer. C'est un gameplay émergent. C'était une bonne idée. C'était une bonne idée. Mais il y en a du monde qui a travaillé là-dessus, mine de rien. L'animation évidemment un petit peu enfantine, un petit peu cartoon. Pardon. Est tout à fait dans le thème du jeu et dans l'esprit. Hein. En fait, ça nous en dit beaucoup. Les attentes aussi, les attentes de la mère, les rêves des parents. La projection des rêves des parents sur les enfants et leurs exigences, ça aussi c'est quelque chose, on peut s'identifier assez facilement. Cette vie d'adulte pleine de succès, rêvée. Non, mais il y a des thèmes et des passages très émouvants et très attendrissants. Et puis on ressent presque physiquement la présence de la maladie et de cette douleur à la fin. Ça aussi c'est assez réussi parce que la mise en scène est très épurée, très simple. En fait c'est visuellement très efficace. L'idée de revoir défiler toute sa vie depuis bébé, depuis sa toute jeune enfance, ça aussi c'était plutôt bien vu. Hein, c'est quelque chose, tout le monde peut s'identifier à ça. Et le jugement final de sa vie. Ça aussi, c'était une menace qui planait un petit peu au-dessus de nous. C'était un enjeu intéressant. Oh, bah, vraiment, c'est très réussi. C'est peut-être pas le chef-d'œuvre absolu, émotionnel que ça aurait pu être. Ça reste un peu retenu, ça reste un peu sur la retenue, et surtout certains des aspects familiaux sont flous, sont cachés. La scène avec les chiens ou les loups là, plus ou moins métaphoriques là, qui s'en prenaient aux chatons, c'était un peu particulier ça. Alors, fallait sûrement le voir d'un point de vue psychanalytique hein, et métaphorique, mais par rapport à tout le reste des détails extrêmement réalistes de la vie quotidienne, c'était un peu étrange ça, c'était un peu bizarre. Sympa. Dans un jeu sympathique, prometteur sur le gameplay. Et c'était une belle histoire. Non, vraiment très bien. Je suis content de l'avoir fait. Est-ce qu'on revient, on revient au menu là? Ah voilà, on revient au menu. Voilà. Bah, la douleur, hein, je pense qu'on peut le dire. Je pense que c'est un jeu qui peut se refaire pour essayer peut-être d'en voir plus. Alors il y a un mode sans utilisation de la détection oculaire. Donc on doit avoir soit un QTE, soit à cliquer à la souris. C'est peut-être plus facile, je ne sais pas. C'est peut-être plus facile de maintenir le bouton et peut-être donc aller jusqu'au bout de chaque scène pour en apprendre davantage, pour que certains passages fassent un peu plus sens ou éviter de la répétition. Parce qu'à certains moments j'ai eu beaucoup de mal à maintenir les... J'avais l'impression que je clignais pas, mais peut-être que je clignais imperceptiblement pour la caméra qui est vraiment très très sensible. Peut-être qu'en y rejouant une deuxième fois, en utilisant l'autre gameplay, ça permettrait de compléter un petit peu et d'être un petit peu moins frustré par le passage rapide sur certains souvenirs qui étaient très beaux. Donc il y a un facteur de rejouabilité, même si maintenant nous sommes allés au bout de l'histoire et que nous connaissons les tenants et les aboutissants de tout ça. Il y a des choses aussi, avec la relation avec la mère, la relation entre le père et la mère, qui sont un petit peu... qui sont pas toujours très simples à cerner. Du fait du récit inventé, des changements de physique, et puis de certaines déclarations des parents qui sont un peu ambigus. Ouais. Je crois qu'un deuxième playthrough offline s'imposera peut-être pour revenir à ce jeu après avoir un petit peu digéré tout ça. Voilà, bah écoutez, merci à ceux qui sont passés participer à cette expérience. À tous ceux qui le verront en différé, j'espère que vous vivrez aussi un petit peu avec les quelques explications et mon ressenti en direct. Les émotions par lesquelles je suis passé. Aussi un petit peu la frustration de voir le jeu m'échapper à certains moments, mais un peu comme cette vie qui a échappé au personnage, hélas, bien trop tôt. Un joli jeu avec une ambition technique, une belle direction artistique, des beaux thèmes. Voilà, moi je suis pas totalement bluffé. Je pense qu'une suite ou une variation sur ce jeu pourrait encore amener les choses un petit peu plus loin, mais je suis très séduit et je le recommande. Je recommande d'essayer ce jeu pour tous les amateurs de contes narratifs et d'histoire familiale. Je pense que vraiment c'est un must du moment. Voilà. Eh bien écoutez, à très très bientôt pour un autre stream. Passez une excellente journée. Portez-vous bien. À bientôt.